Hola, cage fighting connoisseurs. This is KidNate at BloodyElbow.com. Excuse me, King Nate.
Joanne, if you can't keep it straight, there's no hope for the rest of us.
I know it's hopeless, but there can only be one. Eugene S. Robinson, who's leading the show. Eugene, we need a disclaimer because this is the Care Don't Care preview for UFC Fight Night 89, aka UFC Ottawa, aka UFC MacDonald versus Thompson,
aka the shortest Care Don't Care previews ever.
Yes, because it's a thin card. But go ahead and give us a disclaimer because I have feel.
Crybabies, bedwetters. This has nothing or very little to do with your skills or talents as a fighter, and much more to do with the marketing heft and weight that the for sale UFC puts behind you. Do not take it personally. If you want to move from the don't care to the care column, fight an exciting fight. Until then, don't blame us.
That's very well said. Very well said. And to the guy in the comments yesterday who said I didn't know what I was talking about the UFC sale, Dave Meltzer in the Wrestling Observer blows it wide open, names the bidders. William Morris Group and 2 Chinese investment groups are bidding for the UFC. The UFC doesn't have to sell, but the bids are closing this week. Could be the whole kit and caboodle. Big doings. Anyway, we've got a crappy Canadian fight card to speed our way through. So let's start right from the beginning. First off, Eugene, I'm predicting you're going to have 4 cares on this card. So we'll see how we do.
Total.
Yeah,
okay.
All right. Saturday night, June 18th, starting with 4 fights on UFC Fight Pass. First up, flyweights, Gene Herrera and Ali Bagatinov.
Oh, man. I'm trying not to let you be right on this, but I care about Bagatinov.
I thought you would. Even though he's riding a 2-loss streak. He's 31 years old, has a pretty limited skill set, a pretty limited fight IQ. There's something lovable about a Russian kid who just goes out there trying to hurt people really bad. So we care. But do we think he's going to pull out of his death spiral?
Yes.
Yes.
You know why?
Why?
I think because he knows what this is.
It could be, although...
You know why he knows what this is? Because when he tells his friends and guys he's training with that he's fighting Herrera, they're going to go, who? Herrera. Who? Herrera. Who? Never mind.
And when they say, when's your fight? Oh, it's the first one on the card.
Yeah.
That's kind of clue number 2.
If you can't understand that, then it's not a language issue, baby. You got so I am predicting he fights like a demon, and I'll pick him to win. How's that?
That sounds reasonable, and I will pick him to win as well. So, welterweight, Colby Covington and Jonathan Meunier.
Yeah, fuck. God damn you. Yes, I care.
You care? Oh, now you're blowing open the gates. My prediction's all wrong. Because of Colby Covington?
Because of Colby Covington, yes.
Because of the alliteration?
Yeah, well, he reminds me of Ted Olivier Devazine Jr. III. That guy I went to college with who smashed up 3 or 4 luxury automobiles before his parents wised up and bought him a Toyota. But you have to think he went through a Porsche, a BMW, or Mercedes before he got to the Toyota. I actually saw him with my own eyes crash one of them by taking a turn too wide and hitting a light pole. And I, as a guy from New York who took the subway, forget that the parking lot was full of his wrecked vehicles and his parents kept buying cars for him. Blew me away. I see. And beyond flash forward to now, and my oldest daughter takes the family minivan, smashes it up, gets both bicycles that were bought for her stolen, gets my bike that she took without asking stolen, and then gets a mother buys her a second car, which she immediately dents the front end in. No way, baby. It's a very different world my kids are growing up in.
I see. Well, the privilege is trickling down slowly, Eugene. You've climbed nearly.
You know the last time I had a baseball glove?
When was that?
In 1971, when my father bought it for me. You know what happened to the baseball glove?
Somebody stole it.
I went for a pop fly, ran down the hill, and some greasers stole it. I said, Dad, so he goes, where's your glove? Somebody stole it. He goes, oh, well.
Oh, well, there you go. All right, so you care about Colby Covington. Are you going to pick him?
Yeah, I'll pick him.
I can't bring myself to care about Colby Covington or Jonathan Meunier, so you're out on your own there. All right, now we've got women's strawweights, Jocelyn Jones-Lybarger and Randa Marcos.
Do not care.
Me neither. All right, middleweight, Milan, Sam Alvey, and Elias Theodoro.
Yes, I care.
Okay, I care too, and I am picking Smiling Sam.
Yeah, me too. Me
Yeah,
too.
yeah. It's probably a mistake. Now
I don't know if it's a stake. I don't know if it is. I don't know. He still produces, so he's not done. I mean, he's not any threat to anybody in the top 5, but I don't think he's done.
Yeah, I think he still has knockout power and a goofy ass smile. So now we move on to the Fox Sports 2 prelims. So this is going to be on Fox Sports 2, and then it moves to Fox Sports 1 for the main card. So,
and the first one is Fight Pass. So we just went through Fight Pass.
Yeah, right. We went through Fight Pass. Then we've got 4 fights on the Fox Sports 2 prelim card, then 5 fights on the Fox Sports 1 main card.
Baffling. So, okay.
Yes, I know you'll struggle, senior citizen. All right, bantamweight, Chris Beal and Joe Soto.
I do not care. Joe Soto makes me almost want to care, but not enough.
Yep, not quite. All right, now we've got one. I guarantee you'll care. Middleweight, Krzysztof, Jotko, and Tamdan the Barn Cat McCrory.
Yeah, you're wrong about that.
You don't care.
I don't care.
Even with a Polish guy in the card.
I'm sorry, it's not automatic, man.
The Barn Cat. The Barn Cat?
Yeah, the Barn Cat.
No, Barn Cat?
I'm still ashamed, shocked, and appalled at my fall from polite grace in my last day in Poland when I passed out at that dinner party as a result of staying up all night to do knuckle up. Passed out, smiling, snoring, and farting at the finest dinery in Poland. And this is for what? For what? For you guys.
For dozens of viewers, Eugene.
Yeah, man.
Dozens.
Shameful. I can't show my face in Poland again. And that says a lot.
Oh, well. And Krzysztof Jotko pays the price. I'm going to pick Tamdan McCrory, though, because I can't pick against the Barn Cat.
Yeah, okay.
So,
well, I got to keep your list here too.
Yeah, you do, because I live in a world without time. No consequences.
That means you're dead. Yeah. I live beyond all 4 dimensions. I have ceased existing.
I'm only dead inside, Eugene. All right, light heavyweight, Misha Cirkunov and Ion Cutelaba.
Yeah, there you go. I think you said it all. I don't care.
Yeah, me neither. All right, it ought to be a slobber knocker or a stall fest. Things could go either way there. All right, lightweight, Jason.
Given my time in the porn industry, you say slobber knocker, I get confused.
That's disgusting. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jason Saggo and Leandro Silva.
Almost because of Silva. Almost, but not quite.
But not quite. Yeah, I don't care either. Sorry, guys. All right, now we're to the main card. We're talking the big time women's flyweight. Valérie Létourneau and Joanne Calderwood.
Yeah, I care.
Because of Calderwood?
Both actually. You know.
I see. And do you have a pick?
I have a distinct sensation I've been burned by Létourneau. What was her last fight? I'm trying to think of when I got burned by her.
Let's see. Here we go. Wikipedia, don't let me down. And her last fight was Joanne Jędrzejczyk for the title. Yeah. She took the distance.
Yeah, I didn't pick her for that one, but she didn't look bad. I'm gonna pick Calderwood. I think that's all right.
Going for Calderwood, eh? All right. And now that brings us
What about you?
I got to go with Calderwood as well. Yeah. Létourneau, doesn't she have the same exact name? And I mention this every time.
Yes. I was waiting for you.
I can't help myself.
Yeah. Go ahead. Explain to people. They don't know what you're talking about.
Well, the teacher 20 years ago that got arrested for having sex with the 13-year-old student that she is now married to.
She she got arrested repeatedly for it and left her husband and 4 kids and
did jail time.
It did jail time twice and is now married to this guy and they've got 2 kids together.
Yep.
The story really makes me angry, but whatever.
Why?
It's just okay, you know General George Custer?
Yes.
Okay, so if George Custer had known what was going to happen that day at Little Bighorn, do you think he would have still gone?
No.
Okay, all right. So there's a psychology afoot of people who would go anyway. It's not noble. It's not exciting. You know, she wants us to sign off on this story like Woody Allen wants us to sign off on this
That
story.
it's timeless love.
And I'm just not fucking buying it, man. You know, I mean,
Well, how much more committed does she have to be?
I could, you know, you don't find me on rooftops, you know, doing a Tug McGraw. You gotta believe. And I know if I jump off this roof and fly, it's just a question of belief. I can flap my arms and I'm gonna fly, or to quote Woody Allen, the heart wants what the heart wants, and to hell with the torpedoes, to use another overworn maxim. And I'm just gonna, nah, man. There's certain fundamental, basic physical realities, and this is so they're in love, really. You really, I'm just too much of a cynic, man. I'm not enough of a true believer, you know?
I see. Well, I mean, all you can go by is the evidence of their behavior. And, I mean...
Yeah, I've been hearing that they've been problems, but, you know...
well, and who hasn't?
Correct. And
there you go. I don't know.
And the 4 kids from the first marriage.
Hey, kids get abandoned in divorces all the time.
Yep. You got to break some eggs, right? Because you're in love. Fuck her.
Love. Well, that's what the kid said, and now he's stuck with her. So,
exactly. I mean, I'm looking at this a multiple tragedy. This fucking kid now. That's it. I mean, it's tough enough for to imagine being with your high school sweetheart today. If that doesn't send shivers down your spine, now I don't know what does. You know. And this is like somebody he's been with since he was 13. Jesus Christ. Are you doing anything that you did? The only thing I'm doing now that I did when I was 13. I like to read. I still read. I like to write. I still write. And I like to carry weapons. And I'm still doing all 3 of those things. Outside of that, I'm not doing anything else I used to do when I was 13.
I see. Well, now I got nothing to add. So we'll just move on down the card. Lightweight, Olivier Aubin-Mercier versus Thibault Gouti.
Yes, I care.
Because?
I liked it, but the Aubin-Mercier.
Because of the alleged judo abilities?
Nah, his last fight was pretty exciting, man.
It was pretty fun, but it was still, I don't know. I still am not convinced.
Oh, okay, all right. You are well, you know. So I have to admit, I did the same thing with Chuck Liddell, man. It took me a long time to come around.
I never liked Chuck Liddell's style. I just didn't find it.
It has nothing to do with even the style. I picked against him consistently, and then I finally had to say, "God, okay, he's got something," you know.
He did have something. Yes, he was quite good there for a while. But I just the whole sprawl and brawl thing, I didn't. It was the sprawl and brawl plus low output. Like if he was sprawling and really brawling wildly, that would have been more fun. But the occasional right hand just didn't tickle me that much.
Yeah, well, you know, you got a lot of guys like that, right? This is Hendo, and people still love him.
Well, Hendo's more lovable than Chuck. He just is.
Yeah, with the teeth and everything.
Yeah, there's no evidence he's not just as big a dick as Chuck. There's not really any evidence that Chuck's that big a dick, but for some reason he's just not that likable, whereas Hendo is. They'd both, you know, put your head in the toilet in gym class, I think, but you know, it is.
You know what? I spent the day with Liddell in a piece I did for Revolver magazine, I think, and then at the end of which I rolled with him. I have to say, man, I like Chuck quite a bit, actually. You know, but his public image is consistent with his private one. It's like if you doesn't give a fuck, you know, and that's kind of sort of, you know, does he have shoes on? I don't know. Why would you wear shoes? I'm Chuck Liddell. I don't need shoes. Fuck it. No. So, I mean, you know, San Luis Obispo is another world, man. You got it. You know.
My uncle and cousins live there, and aunt for many years. I never have been. But I got to say, Chuck grew on me over the years, and now I feel just fine towards him. But for a long time, I rooted against him religiously. All right, now, speaking of rooting against religiously, we've got light heavyweight Sean O'Connell.
I got Cerrone standing over here doing his sexy male stripper dance.
I'm sure it's a treat.
If I didn't think that the computer would like drop the connection, I would turn it around so you unfortunately could see it.
Let's see. Well, try to contain your excitement. Steve Bossé, the enforcer, is the other opponent. Coming in off a big win, and it's
against who? I was distracted by
John O'Connell.
John O'Connell, yeah, Steve. Yeah, I like it. I like this fight. I like Bossé.
Yeah, I do too. I don't think he's going to do great things, but he did retire James Tahuna in his last fight. So, and he was knocked out in his first UFC fight. So I predict action.
I feel bad picking him, but I'm going to pick him.
Yeah, this smacks of gimme to me.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong.
Yep.
All right, and now we've got welterweights, Patrick Cote and Donald. What am I doing in this division, Cerrone?
Yeah, I care. I'm assuming you care.
I care. Yes, yes. These are both well-known veterans.
Yeah, I know Cerrone. I don't know. I feel okay picking Cerrone. Patrick is old, man.
He's old, but
I know the fight's in Canada, so I know it's shaping up to be sort of like, when they do that thing they do. Let's just call that the Bellator, Oh, a Bellator fighter from San Jose is fighting a Bellator fighter from Atlanta, Georgia. I wonder who's going to win.
It's a tough one. It's a tough one. So, Cote used to be a middleweight too, so he'll have a significant size advantage over the natural lightweight. And
he's been underused. I know people are debunking or back and forth on the whole idea of ring rust, but it's just something about a guy who fights a lot, who's used to fighting a lot, the Jackson Wink connection. And then I think the stumble that Cerrone had where he didn't take the fight super seriously and then got pasted, I think that's enough to set him on the straight and narrow. So I feel okay actually picking Cerrone.
I see. I got to pick Cerrone too. I just don't think – I don't know. It's a tough one. I got to go with Cerrone, though. I think stylistically the clinch is not a friendly place for Cote, and Cerrone has a mean clinch.
Yep. All right.
Plus – Cote's not a fast starter, and that's how you beat Cerrone.
Yep.
So,
All
right, now the big one. Welterweight Rory MacDonald versus Stephen Wonderboy Thompson.
Yes, care.
Yeah, obviously.
And you want me to pick first?
You can pick first, yes.
I'm going to go for Wonderboy.
I'm going for Wonderboy.
Yeah. You too?
Yeah, I got to. It's the excitement. It's the karate. I know as a karate guy, you are a fire with Wonderboy fever.
Well, also, I think the fact that Rory MacDonald has got too much stuff going on in his head. He's just got too much stuff with his impending, just whatever, the slackness, no explanation for the slack. It's just, he's got too much going on in his head, man. I don't, his work situation, his emotional situation with the fighting, the fact that in his rearview mirror is a possibility of a championship instead of in front of him. And Wonderboy is in the exact opposite lane, It's like in the fast lane going the other way, I cannot have you slow me down,
Nope. And I think
nobody's gonna take my stride and that'll hold me down. Oh, we've got to keep on. Who does that song?
No idea.
That's not UB40. My voice is still thrashed, but
UB40. Yeah,
it's not them. Nobody's gonna take my stride. Somebody's got to know this. Somebody listening's got to know. Come on.
Well, there's 32 of them, so maybe they'll chime up in the comments. But now, stylistically, though, don't you think MacDonald has a little bit of an edge over the karateka of Thompson?
Yeah, but I'm not, you know what? You know where your mind is when you're going into a fight and you say shit to yourself like, what if I lose? You're done. It's fundamentally a different place to be than if you say, when I win. Or what if I lose? Man, you're done. You're fucking done.
And remember how much brain damage Robbie Lawler gave MacDonald in their last fight?
I didn't think it was that much, and then I rewatched the fight, and I was like, oy.
That was one of those fights, as much as I enjoyed it, I was actually guilt-ridden the second or third time I watched it, because the kids, both of them, took some serious shellacking. And
I'm glad to see that the world has finally figured out what I know about Lawler from personal experience. When he was on that fucking show, you saw that, right?
Which show?
Some sit down show. It was a UFC sponsored thing, obviously.
When he slept through the presser?
No. I think Schaller was in the middle, and then he's talking about fight. He goes, "Well, he's lucky." Conor McGregor says, "Lucky he didn't fight me because I'd have taken it." And he was, "You mean the fight or the championship?" And Lawler just looks at him like confused, and he finally says, "His soul." Oh shit! Oh shit! Sometimes I'll find today.
He did take Roy MacDonald's soul in that fight. I don't know if Roy's gotten it back, but
yeah. There's a point at which sometimes I realize I've exceeded the capacity of the audience. Like today, I told this story at jiu-jitsu about this guy who I got into some internet thing with, who was in France, a former show promoter, and I told him, you know, I will catch a plane. I will spend $1,200 on a round trip ticket. I will catch a plane. I will come to Lyon, France, and I will stab you in the neck with a butter knife.
A butter knife? Why?
I didn't say neck. I think I said I'll stab you in the face with a butter knife.
A face with a butter knife. Now that's
the guy actually complained to fucking Facebook, and Facebook threatened to kick me off. And I expect, as I'm telling this story in jiu-jitsu, I expect to turn to an audience of understanding faces, and I can see I've exceeded the capacity of the audience to understand my point of view.
Yes, yes, the sociopathic antics. Sometimes
so that's that. Yeah, I like you, man. You're giving me a break here. Call it sociopathic,
as opposed to
psychopathic.
It's the same thing. They mean the exact same thing.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
But you know, I don't. The first time I heard the term sociopath was when I read Red Dragon by the guy who later wrote Silence of the Lambs, and
yeah.
For some reason, it seemed very sexy in that book. Psychopath I was familiar with, but sociopath seemed, ooh, you know. So
well, I like the lack of empathy.
You like it?
Oh yeah, I remember telling somebody who was complaining about something terrible, and I said, you realize your personal pain has no effect on me, really. And I was kind of being sarcastic and kind of funny, but it was again, I exceeded the capacity of the audience. It just kind of went, boom. It felt like a heavier truth than the moment called for at that time.
A real sociopath would never admit that, Eugene.
Yeah, of course. Well, you know what? I'm a breed above. I don't like these guys who are not taking responsibility. You know, I can sort of enjoy those guys, but I don't really respect them fundamentally.
No, because there's really no there. If you've ever dealt with somebody that's a sociopath, there's actually not a person inside. There's an entity that takes actions and moves around and does stuff, but there's nothing you can ever connect with. So.
Like the adolescents sang, amoeba, you know, so it's amoeba, right? I move toward the warmth. I move away from the heat. The cold. I'm a victim of circumstance here.
Yeah, indeed. So
we're done.
I always thought you were more of a clinical narcissist than a sociopath myself, but
well, that's what my ex-mother-in-law described me as. And I was like, pot meat kettle, and she looked at me like, what do you mean? What do I mean?
All right. Well, this might be the shortest care don't care on record, but that's how much we care. What were the total cares? Did you track them?
Actually, they're sizable. They're sizable. 3, 6, 7, 8, and
twice as many as I predicted.
And we deviate on one call, and I'm that's McCrory. You picked McCrory.
We haven't heard from Smirk in a while, so maybe the reign of terror is over, but we'll find out.
Well,
the reign of accountability.
Yeah, you could have. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe the guy's got he's out there living life. So,
maybe I don't know. They might have rescinded his internet access in prison or whatever. But so that's our show.
Hey, that's actually a question. I'm sorry. Do you get internet access in prison?
I think some people do. Lee Murray used to, I believe.
That's right. I remember that. I wonder if
it used to creep me out because every time I'd write an article about Lee Murray, I would see that somebody in Morocco was reading the stories, and that always gave me out.
Yeah, well, Lee Murray's a high living guy, man. He just,
Well,
hey, man, come on. In the tradition of Ronnie Biggs and George Davis, Lee Murray fits right in there.
Yeah, except he got caught.
So did those other guys.
That's not as fast.
Yeah.
It took decades. They spent all their money first.
Yeah. Anyway,
Lee was sitting on a big pile of cash when he got caught. All right, so that's our show. Follow us on Twitter at KidNate, at Eugene S. Robinson. Read me on BloodyElbow.com. Read Eugene at Aussie.com. Eugene, give us a thumbs up.
Now hold on. Now I want people to take a screenshot of this and make this your wallpaper.
That's an order. That's an order. And actually, if you want to give us a thumbs up, there's a thumb icon below the screen. Subscribe to MMANation.com on YouTube, and you'll never miss the magic. Subscribe to MMA Nation on iTunes, and you'll get the audio without the uglies. And they'll have the vivisection right after this. We'll be back with the 6th round Saturday night. Eugene will have Knuckle Up on Sunday, and we'll roll right on into the next UFC whenever it is. We're getting close to UFC.
Hold on. Knuckle Up on Sunday is a special treat. Technically, it's officially rolls on face punching.
It rolls out on Monday morning. But
if you're paying attention through Twitter, I sometimes send notifications so you can participate live Sunday night.
Even more reason to follow Eugene. Even more. All right. So adios, MMA aficionados. We'll see you next time.
Later.
Thanks, Eugene.
All right, man.